everybody, welcome to a new video. My name is Evi and I read books. Finally, spooky season is here. I love spooky season. Like, I love horrors and thrillers and everything that has to do with Halloween. Although more with the scary stuff, like we don't really celebrate Halloween here in Belgium. So I just love it more, like the scary stuff and everything. But I kind of love spooky season. Let's just say that. I love spooky season, and this TBR is going to be a little bit different because there is a Spoopathon. In case you don't know, that's a readathon. Another readathon. My life is momentarily dominated by readathons, and I'm sucking at the Bookathon and the magical readathon at the moment. So another readathon is probably going to be difficult. So also today I am not doing roll the dice again. I thought I was going to do it, but I decided to pick 6 books. Normally I was planning on rolling my dice 6 times, but I end up realizing that rolling my dice 6 times is not really a possibility because I'm already choosing 6 books for the Spoopathon, and rolling 6 dice at once too is going to be way too much. I also transitioned a little bit more in a different spot in my room again because I'm still looking for good lighting. I think this is the best lighting because my roofing window is over there. And otherwise I was more standing to the side, so I had a little bit issues with that, but I'm trying. But I hate the background. I really want a pretty background, but it's a good lighting or a bad background. And with obviously autumn and winter coming up, lighting is going to be worse, so I think I need to go for good lighting. And I have challenged myself for 2 things. First of all is I recently bought a new thing. Well, it's somewhat a new old thing because I already had one, but I decided to buy a waterproof version, except for the one that I got, and that's an e-reader. So I already have an e-reader for like years already, but I always read my ebooks in the bathtub, and I read them on my phone while I have an e-reader. But the e-reader that I had wasn't waterproof, so this is a Kobo Libra H2O waterproof e-reader. So right now I can read in the bathtub on my e-reader, so I don't need to swap through phones and e-readers because I can just read it on that. But with that swap, I realized I have so many ebooks, and I bought a couple of more with buying this e-reader because I saw some of the books that I really want to read were really cheap as an ebook, and I thought, you know what, I might just read them as an ebook, and if I really enjoy them, I buy them like for my collection because I have a problem. I think I'm having like 80-ish books on here, mainly books that my mom got, but some of them I recently bought myself. So my goal actually this month is to mainly, only if possible, read ebooks, because my physical shelf is actually shrinking and I really want to buy new books, and I probably will be buying new books because I have a problem. But I realized that if I want to buy another like large stack of books, these books I don't see. I know I have them, but I don't see them, so they're not like screaming at me like read me, read me. They're more like, hey, I'm here just chilling, and if you want to pick me up like within 10 years, it's okay too. I will also leave the link of this Spoopathon like introduction video down in the description box below, so you guys can check it out if you want to. Okay, I got the print on my iPad. My iPad is like almost dying, so I'm hoping. But like this is the graph, and then I also have like, in case I want like extra books. I'm my way in order of the spies. If you're participating, what order are you in, or what like team you're a part of? And I'm gonna start with Gifted to You. I've been like swapping a lot of things because I really wanted the trick or treat one, but then again I was like, oh, but this one is easier for me. I was really struggling. So let's just start with the first one, and that is Gifted to You. And for this one, I could choose so many books. And one of the books that I'm choosing for this prompt is The Boy in the Woods by Harlan Copeland. I have read one Harlan Copeland book before, that was for I think my 5th year of like high school English class. Actually, we read it for English class, and I really liked it, and I was planning on reading them all, but I just suck at starting at the beginning, so I'm just randomly reading them, and this one was a book that my mom got. So I have no idea what it's, especially thrillers and horrors and spooky books. I just don't want to know anything about it. I read the synopsis once and I bought it or I put it on a wish list, and then once I come around to buying it, I don't really read it again because I want to be surprised. A thriller, it's a thriller. Let's just be honest. Another goal I was putting myself up to is reading thriller, horror, spooky books, getting in that October autumnal vibe. Talking about autumnal vibe is the autumnal cover. So the autumnal cover book that I chose was Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I chose this book because, first of all, the reds and the greens, they really remind me, like, especially the Gothic vibe, like, reminds me of autumn because everything is running darker, everything is better and fun, and I associate, like, the burgundy colors a lot with autumn. So again, I cannot say much more than it's a horror thriller type of book. Then we actually have to have 75 points to unlock the door. But because I'm an Order of the Spy, I can just walk through the door. And then we're gonna go to a new genre. And for new genre, I actually have a book that is not an ebook, but I might read it as an audio/physical book. And that is Dracula by Bram Stokes. It's a 400-page book. You won't see it if you look at it because it's like really 10 pages. But it's obviously Dracula, Bram Stoker. Who doesn't love that? I mean, I recently read Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Skalko, and I really enjoyed being in the vampire mood. So this one is a buddy read too. This one is for new genre because classics, I hardly read classics. Yes, it's a horror and I read a lot of horror, so it's not new to me like that. Or not a lot, I read horror. But it's new to me because it's a classic. And I think I have read like one classic and completely finished, and that was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's Dracula. And this one is for new genre, but also for a buddy read because that's one of the bonus prompts. And I need one of the bonus prompts to actually get next to the ghosts because I can unlock doors, but I cannot just escape the ghosts. This might be my audiobook for October, or I will physically read it. I do not know how well it reads because yes, they're really thin pages, but like the spacing is a little lighter, but like I don't know. It's also English. I love these editions, but I realize that classics have like a difficult language. I'm not a maternal English speaker, like I'm not a native English speaker. There's a Discord for this buddy read too. So it's getting really hot in here because I was feeling the autumnal vibe, and yesterday it was cold, so I thought, you know, I'm wearing a long sleeve, and right now it's pretty hot in my room. So the window is opening after this video. So then we need 125 points to get to the door. I'm again magic because I'm a spy. I can just walk through the door being like, hey, it's me, let me go. So well, right now I am actually at 125 points, by the way, with the buddy read. So even if I didn't have that, I could still be going through it. And then we're going to go to Trick or Treat. That's a prompt I actually really wanted it. Okay, I'm just gonna mention both of them for this prompt because like one vote came in those 10 minutes, so it's not really accurate, I think. But my trick, in case you don't know, Trick or Treat means a book you really want to read and a book you don't really feel like reading. And at this moment, I'm happy because my treat is on the line, is like having a vote. But like I said, there's only one vote at the moment, so. But my trick was The Sentinel by Lee Child and Andrew Child. It's a Jack Reacher book. I have read one of the Jack Reacher books. And I didn't completely dislike it, but I didn't really enjoy it that much that I was like, yes, I want to read them all. But I got this through a subscription service, so I do want to give it a try and read it. But it's like completely like at one of the bottom books of my, what's it called? The TBR list. It's one of the bottom books on my TBR list. So that's my trick. My treat, on the other hand, is a book that I also put on my wish list, want to read list last year through all of the autumnal and spooky recommendations. I have like so many books on that list, so I'm trying to get through them, and that's an ebook also. Both of them are ebooks, by the way, because I'm doing really good for my goal for reading ebooks for a month. But that book is Catherine House by Elizabeth Thomas. One is because I know like Books and Lala loves that book, and we do have somewhat similar tastes sometimes. Like I do really like the books she reads. I haven't read most of them, but I do feel like those are books that I could enjoy, so that piqued my interest first of all because she did enjoy it. And second of all, it's because it's spooky season. There wasn't a lot of recommendations, and it's like a hit or miss with a lot of people. Like some people are like in love with it and enjoying it so much, and other people are absolutely hating it. So I just want to be, am I in the middle? Am I loving it? Am I hating it? And I just want to know, and that's why my trade is it, because I just really want to read this one. So right now, that's one of the votes. It has one vote, so there is a chance I might be reading that. I really hope I do. For the last prompt, because yes, I can also cross that door, me being a spy, is read it after dark to get out of the haunted house. And also this one is a book that a lot of people have been talking about, or an author, like when it comes to thriller and horror books, it's an author a lot of people are talking about. And no, I'm not talking about Stephen King. Yes, I want to read a lot of his work. I have read 2 of his Mr. Mercedes books, but I'm just slowly catching up on that. But that's a total other thriller horror author I want to read. I'm talking about Riley Sager. Same reason as Catherine House and some other books like Mexican Gothic. They were really cheap as an ebook, and I decided, you know what, I can wait until I finally buy a physical copy. But maybe I can just try an ebook and see if I like it, and if I really want it in my collection, I can still buy it. And I'm talking about Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, obviously. No idea what it's about. It's a thriller. Obviously, this entire TBR is a thriller. But the reason I picked this one for the Read After Dark one is because Home Before Dark, Read After Dark. In case you don't know, Read After Dark prompt is actually read that book when the sun is down. So when there's no sun out, which is gonna be challenging because I read books through the entire days. I like mainly in the evenings, but I also read books like in the weekends, like from morning till evening if I want to. So it's gonna be difficult to only read that book when the sun is down, but it won't be impossible because, like I said, I mainly read in the evening. So I'm just wishing for early darkness and a lot of reading. So for my challenge of reading as many ebooks as possible, I kind of hit that one because Dracula is the only one I have not read, like was not on my physical book. So those were the books I want to read in October. There are a lot of spooky books. The challenge of reading as many ebooks also worked out pretty well, if I say so myself. And yeah, if I finish this haunted house and I want to re-enter the haunted house, I might do that. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you next time. Bye!